My name is Jennifer Davis, and this is my presentation on the invasion of lionfish. The lionfish is a marine species that is native to the Indo-Pacific region. They are considered invasive in the Caribbean, Atlantic Ocean, and Gulf of Mexico regions. There are several types of lionfish, including red lionfish, zebra lionfish, Hawaiian lionfish, and many others. As I mentioned before, lionfish are invasive, and they're thought to have been released from marine aquariums. Lionfish are one of the more popular marine species because they're aesthetically pleasing in saltwater tanks. They have a set of 13 venomous spines on their dorsal side, 3 venomous spines on their ventral side, and 1 venomous spine by the pelvic fin. This allows the fish to corner its prey and then can puncture the prey. They can also be harmful to humans as well. Lionfish have become very detrimental to marine fish and small crustaceans as well as coral reefs. With a decrease in coral reefs comes a decline in ecotourism. The coral reefs are popular sites among tourists, and without the reefs, they might find other places to go. According to Inspire Adventures website, a company creating virtual tours on popular sites in Belize and conducting research down there as well, lionfish prey on at least 21 different families of small fish. Females reproduce at exponential rates, averaging about 2 million eggs each year. Here are a couple of images that show the different prey that lionfish eat. The image on the left side of the screen shows some of the native fish species and other marine species as well. The image on the right shows the various crustaceans that lionfish consume. You can see some various species are shrimp, barnacles, crabs, krill, copepods, and several others. Here's a more in-depth, detailed overview of the lionfish body structure. You can see the dorsal fin spines on the top and the pelvic fin near the bottom. The image also shows the anal fin as well as the caudal fin. There are many research studies being conducted with lionfish currently. A big one is mercury accumulation in lionfish. If researchers find that there are high levels of mercury in fish, this can impact whether or not they can be consumed by humans. The image on the screen shows the impact of biomagnification throughout the food chain, ending with humans. As mercury makes its way up the food chain, the increase in mercury accumulation is exponential. Another question being asked by researchers is if certain marine habitats have higher lionfish populations and why. I'll be describing in more detail a lionfish trap in a couple of slides, but the next research question goes along with that idea. Researchers are wondering if we can use lionfish as another product for trading. With the trap, this would allow for the capture of several lionfish at one time. One other question I found while researching was the effect of lionfish on coral reefs. We already know that the corals are declining at a rapid rate, and lionfish are only going to increase this rate of decline. Some of the potential solutions for eradicating these invasive species are human consumption. But as I mentioned before, with the bioaccumulation issue, some are still pretty skeptical of this option. There is a potential for sharks to eat them, but if they get hungry enough, but they can't rely on this option. Tobacco Key Marine Station in Belize just held their annual lionfish tournament last month. It was a live-streamed event, and I was able to join and see some of the lionfish they ended up spearing. While live streaming, they recorded weight, length of fins, and a few other measurements as well. Lincoln Land Community College has a marine biology course that goes to Belize every other May, and while they're down there, the students get to spear lionfish and take the measurements I had mentioned before. Researchers have also created a lionfish trap, which is shown on the next slide. The trap has a piece of plastic lattice and has the net connected to a set of jaws. The lionfish get caught in the net when the jaws are lifted up. This ends up trapping the lionfish, and they're unable to get out. Here's a lionfish trap I mentioned in the slide above as a potential solution to capture these fish. The good thing about this is the net could potentially capture several fish at a time, and then the person who sets up the trap can sell the fish. This could start an increased demand for fish, especially since several people eat them. Here is a list of my references for the project. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video.